Hello and welcome to the V-Squad training file. My name is Evan, or Lia'na, depending on who I'm taking, and we are going to be presenting Karagga's Palace hard mode, and we're facing the boss Karagga. So this is Karagga. He's in a giant droid, and how we always start off the battle is the tank will pull from the left side. This allows DPS to get into their proper positions. Reason positioning is important is that a lot of Karagga's attacks are based on where you are in comparison to him. So, for this reason, your basic setup when you're fighting him is your tank is out in front, your main tank, and all DPS are to his side. Ranged DPS can be back a ways, melee DPS right up on him so they can do their damage, and it will help separate out for future attacks. Karagga has a bunch of tricks in his up his sleeve that he can use against your raid. The first and probably most dangerous one that he has is the oil slick and frontal cone that he does. The reason DPS is on the side is because the Karagga will spit down a oil slick like he just did there, and then launch rockets and flames out the back. What this does, in effect, is it will burn anyone who's not on its side. The tank can mitigate the damage, however, if a DPS gets hit by it, it is quite a bit of damage that goes, takes down their health bar real quick. The next attack that does the most damage and needs to be the most aware of would be his droids. These droids will spawn every minute, and they come from underneath Karagga. This is very important because you can set it up with your DPS so you always know when droids are going to come. Since the cooldowns on a Vanguard and Commando's mortar volley and the call for fire on the gunslinger are both at 1 minute, as long as you catch the first one in time, you will always know when droids are coming up. It's very important to hit them early, as quick as you can, because if you do not, they cause havoc throughout the raid. They normally seek out some healers and bring their health bars down pretty quick. The tank moves around in a circle because they obviously don't want to stand in fire, and the beauty of this fight is that Karagga actually will move with the tank. You don't have to force him to move or anything like that. He will come towards you to make sure you're within his firing range. So the tank has free and total control over the situation, can make sure you move. There are two other attacks that Karagga does. The first, you might have seen a couple of times, is he throws a gravity ball of some sort at one of the ranged DPS. This will suck in 3 other players, so there will be a total of 4 players in the middle stuck in that circle. It does bleeding damage over time, but can be cleansed. So what needs to happen is everyone who was sucked into it, so the 3 players who can move, need to get away. Then the player that's stuck gets bubbled by your sage healer, and then cleansed. When it's cleansed, the ball actually blows up and does damage. That's why you bubble, and you should not take that much damage off of that attack. The other attack is he drills into the ground, and the drill will pop you up into the air, canceling whatever channel attack you're doing. This doesn't do a lot of damage, it just is very annoying. So it's going to happen, and you'll have it happen quite often, normally when you're channeling one of your better attacks. But you just deal with it and get back on the ball. That's all there really is for Karagga. So just to break down, your healers are focusing on healing, and your sage healers specifically are focusing on bubbling anyone who is caught in that gravity trap. Your DPS are focusing on staying on the side of the boss so they don't get hit by his attacks, as well as they are focusing on the explosive droids that he drops. So every 1 minute, have the AoEs ready to hit those droids. The main tank is focusing on moving Karagga so that he can set up his DPS in the proper position. This movement can be done either in a giant circle, or you can pass back like Doroga is about to do right now, and just go along the same line, making sure your DPS is on the inside. That is it for us. Please enjoy the rest of the video, and feel free to subscribe, leave comments below, ask any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.